Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is going to be a playtest of my automatic tower building rig. Now, I have built this thing, and I'm pretty sure it'll function like I want it to, but I've only actually partially tested this thing out, and I figured I could test it out completely and record it and see if it actually works as I want. Now, right here we have a timer, and right now its delay is set to something insane. So it's not gonna do anything. Well, actually it will when I first place it down. This thing should go up and it should place blocks. So there it goes up, and it should play Ring Around the Rosie and place all the blocks, which that's fine and cool. I've tested this much out. Let's actually run it for just a little bit and see that it works. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna move this rig over here, and we're gonna build yet another tower made out of a different material over there. So let's just watch this for, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds or so, and then we're gonna stop it and we're gonna move it. So basically, as we see, it's placing blocks like it should, and that is cool. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Right here we have auto placers, and they're just placed in a ring basically around, and this thing is set up to make towers made out of glass and a secondary material, and that secondary material can be just about anything. Right now I have palace blocks in. With my next tower I am going to be using Restonia crystals, and that's just kind of to keep the actual additions aesthetic here, and I think those two towers will go well together. So what we're going to do right now is let's get rid of this, because we need to move this thing. Now, to move this thing, what we need to do is we need to flip this lever, because right now we have this system set up to extract materials from two different black hole units here and go into the auto placers down here. Now, what materials go where depends on how I have these filters set up down here, and I have essentially some of them as blacklisted glass panes and the other ones as whitelisted glass panes. Blah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse this and turn on the retrievers, and therefore the glass panes will come back to this black hole unit and the palace crystals will come to this black hole unit. Now basically I just need to wait for all of these auto placers to empty out, and so I can do that off camera, and I will be right back after all of that is done. And it looks like everything has returned to the two black hole units, and we will find out if that is true here in just a little bit. Now what we have to do is we have to move our frame slider and our frame pusher block, and we need to move them so that they will be sliding this whole rig over, because that's where we need it now. So basically I think there's not a super good way to do this. I didn't set this up super great. But anyways, what we need to do is we need to slide it this way. We need to have our frame pusher over here, and it needs to face this way. Our redstone block needs to be beside this. We should definitely grab a power source here. So let me just grab an energy cell real fast. One that has plenty of power. So power out the back, yada yada yada. And we can use this timer that we have right here to slide this thing over. So let's place this thing down. I actually want to change this timer to something shorter than 100 tick delay. Okay, hopefully that actually took. Okay, so now I have it at a 1 tick delay, which is not ideal. Hang on, let me actually set this to something manageable. 60 ticks would be 3 seconds, so I think that is a decent delay here. Let's try that out. So basically, what we want this, it needs to be too clear of the current tower. So we just need to wait just a little bit. I can do that off camera, and when it starts to get close I can come back and then I can stop it exactly when I need to, and I will be right back when it is close. Okay, it is pretty close now. It needs to move, what, 2 more blocks, and then we will be all set. So I need to get ready to destroy this timer here in just a second. So one more, I think. Okay, that should be exactly where I want this thing. Let's make sure. Yep, looks good. So now what we have to do is we have to move this thing down. So it is similar basically to what we've done before, except we need the frame slider right here. And that is placed perfectly actually. And we need our frame pusher here. And it needs to be facing down. There we go. And then the block of redstone can go right here. And our timer can go down here. Now I've realized I've screwed something up here. But that's not a problem. Let's actually put everything over one. So whoops. There we go, that's better. And then the frame pusher right here. And the redstone block beside the frame pusher. And then the timer right here. Now this thing can go down. So when this thing gets near the ground, I will be back. So the rig is now almost at the ground. I have foreseen a possible problem here, and that is these torches right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these. And so basically what's going to happen is this thing is going to come all the way to the ground. I actually need to place the bottom layer manually, and that's because the bottom layer is actually a little bit different than the rest of the layers, but that's perfectly fine. This still saves quite a bit of time, or it should, if it works. And I have no reason to believe that it won't. So, well, here in a minute we'll actually see. So ideally I would stop it if it gets about one level from the bottom. That was weird. That way I can place the bottom layer manually, and it should even give me a guide as to exactly where to place everything. So, got a few more blocks, and then we can go ahead and get rid of that timer. I might as well get rid of that zombie too. Okay, two more. One more. Okay, that should be perfect. What we're going to do now is we're going to grab the black hole unit with the palace crystals, and we are going to get rid of that. And we are going to replace it with the restonia crystals here that I have in this black hole unit. Now, let's grab a few stacks ourselves, and that is so we can kind of place this base layer around. And, yep, let's not do that. Actually, while we're doing this, we can have this system going, so basically, or extracting the units from the black hole units by flipping that lever to the other position. There's something approaching me. I really should have done this during the day, but we're not going to stop now. Okay, as we see, I kind of jumped the gun on that because now we have some glass appearing, which isn't a big deal. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that was a dumb idea because I completely spaced and didn't think about, you know, placing glass. Whatever. Okay, so I think the base layer is down. We actually need to find the center at some point. But let's see if this is complete yet. It is not. So while that's still completing, what we can do is we can reverse this system to make it go up again. And so what we need to do is place the frame slider down here. We need to reverse it to be facing up. And I put that in the wrong spot, didn't I? Yes, I did. Because the frame slider needs to be above. And the frame puller needs to be, or pusher needs to be down here. With the block of redstone right here. Fantastic. Okay, so is all this done? It looks like it's done. Let's get moving this thing up. So let's actually set this back to its 100 tick delay, or its 5-second delay, and put it back right here. Okay, so hopefully it looks like everything's working. Fantastic. So let's find the center. Let's add in the door. Let's actually grab a few extra redstonia crystals. And then we can add the doorway and finish this thing up. But for the doorway, I guess I need doors. Okay, so it should be right here. I definitely need to replace the sand floor, but that's fine for right now. Boom! We have a tower. Of course, this thing only builds the frame, but still, that'll save a lot of time. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna zoom out, let it build up to the height of the palace building, and then we can conclude this little fun test of my tower building rig. So I will be back after the redstonia crystal tower is about as tall as the palace one. And look at that. Our redstonia tower is now as tall as our palace tower. So what I'm going to do real fast is let's just shut this thing down. And okay, there we go. For whatever reason, it did not want to break. But here we go. Our little tower building mechanism seems to work just fantastic. And we have this new redstonia tower built next to our palace tower. So if you like this little video and you want to know exactly how I built this thing, I built this rig in the 100th episode and the 101st episode of my Let's Play series. So if you want to check that out, go ahead. And if you like this video, give me a like. If you like automation and stuff in Minecraft, subscribe to my channel because that's kind of what I do. Signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.